https://www.justanswer.com/electrical/7mtbj Leeson HP single-phase reversible motor wires p1.html I have a Leeson 1 horsepower single-phase reversible motor with wires P1, P2, T1, T3, T8, T4, T5. It is wired for 230V right now and I am trying to hook up to a CH9441H37B reversing drum switch. What wire goes where to make this motor reverse properly? Leeson Electric, 114,933.00, 1 horsepower, 1725 RPM, 1 pH, 115 volts, 208 volts, 230 volts, 56 frame, standard flange, foot mount, TEFC, instant reversing motor.
Hello, I can help you with that. Does the switch have a diagram on the inside of the cover?
Diagram is online. I can get it again and load it up. The Leeson drawing is online too. The motor is instantly reversible but the drawings call for rewiring internally to reverse. Maybe that internal part means only to establish initial rotation direction. I'll get the drawings now, again. Mike.
I have the motor diagram for 114,933.00 but there is no T1 and it has a T9 which you don't list. And I need to know if there is a diagram on your switch that shows the contact arrangement for the switch. The number you provided does not return any results for the switch. Are you 100% sure about the wire labels in the motor? For convenience I am posting the diagram here. As soon as I get the terminal configuration for the drum switch I can have you a connection diagram shortly thereafter.
I'll go out and get the motor and switch wiring in photos. The switch only has max HP ratings per voltage and single/3/DC phasing. The switch is an old standby. There are various questions about it in machine shop forums but only one gives a semblance of a diagram.
Okay.
The page I sent in the PDF and you replied with is the correct wiring, straight off my motor. Going out now to photograph switch. I can't post the photos. The schematic we traded back and forth is correct. Now for the switch. It is a standard drum switch. Center off, 4 to the right, rev to the left. There are 9 terminals, the input being the center 3. From front to back. No jumper, just on second from front. Left terminal is jumper to back set, right side. Third from front, left terminal and jumper to middle terminal on right. Those back 2 sets of terminals do the reversing, normal. I have wired switches like this for more than 40 years, they are not a problem. My problem is what I described. If we wire per the diagram, does that establish the initial rotation? Then simply reversing the switch reverses the motor via the internal solid-state switch. I have 2 VFC controls, 1 HP and a 2 HP. Being old-fashioned, these drove me nuts, so I just want to use the standard switch and wiring. I'll play with the VFCs over the winter on another machine. Reverse off forward continuity of switch 7, 8, 6 7, 6 7, 5, 6 4, 5, 9 4, 9 4, 8, 9 reverse off forward continuity of switch 7, 8, 6 7, 6 7, 5, 6 4, 5, 9 4, 9 4, 8, 9 1 2 3 1, 3 1 2 3. Damn it. That is not what I posted. The formatting is wrong. Reverse all forward.
Is this the switch? https://images/g/caspershu/sl1600.jpg.
Continuity of switch, continuity of switch, continuity of switch. 7, 8, 6, 7, 6 minus 7, 5, 6. 4, 5, 9, 4, 9 minus 4, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3 minus 1, 3 minus 1, 2, 3. I copied that pinout from another guy who was having issues with the 9441H37B and his lathe. You can see the reversal is the 8 5/5 minus 8 in the first two rows, which are the last two rows from the front of the switch.
Is the 123 row the top where the knob is or the bottom? Also, is this for 120 or 240 volts?
Knob is toward the bottom, 240 single phase. 123 are the straight through connections, 456 middle row, 789 back row.
So the switch is laid out like this: knob 369258147.
Knob /123/456/789.
I'm not sure what that means. Knob 123456789.
https://www.instructables.com/community/wiring diagram for single phase reversible 120 volume/. I just sent another net response to the question about the switch. He's wiring 120V, I'm doing 240. His switch terminal numbers are correct.
Okay. And is this your switch? https://images/g/caspershu/sl1600.jpg.
In shape, yes. Mine is jumpered. I wish I could load a photo. What's your working email? I can send it then.
I have the connections from the website you posted. Working on a connection diagram now.
I cut and pasted from the website, then just put into an email to myself and the numbers showed correctly. On the net drawing there are some odd numbers at diagonals that show correctly after cut and paste.
Yeah, I saw that.
https://i.ebam.com/images/g/rency/wtc0tt1/sl1600.jpg. Here's the switch. Look at the image and see the jumpers to the left. The knob is on the right. You will see the crossover X with the two black wires, one under the other.
Okay.
Damn. Look at the wiring diagram on that switch photo. Last picture. That's what I have. Now, I just noticed in my photo that the 1 to 3 jumper has been cut off, so I am not getting current on one side. That might be my whole issue. Someone might have cut it off when they were using the VFC to run this lathe. Replacing the jumper might be the answer. I will go out in the morning when it's light and warmer and check that out.
Okay, sorry for the delay, but I pretty much had to do this from scratch. This should get you going. With this configuration, one motor lead, T4, will always have power on it. This is perfectly fine and code compliant, but you will need a disconnect upstream of the drum switch to totally disconnect power for servicing the motor. Yeah, that could be it. Let me know either way. By the way, I found the switch online by inputting Cutler Hammer 9441H37B instead of CH9441H37B.
I went out and replaced the missing jumper. Now the motor runs with the switch in either F or reverent. But it runs the same direction. In the motor, L1 P1 are tied, 45 L2 are tied and 2389 are tied together. P2 has a wire nut on it to insulate it.
You will need to wire according to my diagram for it to work properly. You need 5 wires plus ground between the motor and the switch.
Got diagram, looks good. I'll let you know in the morning. Sloppy wet snow here. God bless. Mike Rock.
Okay, have a good evening. Hello, did you get it going?
Wired per diagram. Had to run another wire through the seal tight. All I get is a loud hum and very slow motion, very slow rotation. The direction does change, so that's a good thing. I am not used to capacitor start motors, just worked with old multi-horsepower cast iron frames on my big gun drills and rifling machines. Everything I did was on old machinery. If this were one of my old motors, the sound is like it's three-phasing. Loud hum. Checked everything several times, making sure wires from switch were numbered correctly. Motor connections are per diagram. Leeson sells this motor as instant reversing. So in my mind it should only take reversing the two hots, red and black, at the switch, with the wiring as noted on their motor page, that you redrew the wiring on. Sorry for the bad news. God bless.
You disconnected the wires at the motor connections that were previously connected and connected as shown.
Faux, and a .1 loose wire nut. Works great. Thank you and God bless.
Okay, great. I was wondering why it wasn't working according to Leeson's own diagram.
You'd get 10 stars if I could figure out how to do that. I knew you had things right, it was just then one connection that was loose. This one Leeson motor has caused more heartburn on the internet machinist websites than you can imagine. They do not provide any help and their basic connection diagram sure doesn't work with normal drum switches. I've wired a couple hundred of these switches and nothing changed since 1965. I feel like an idiot over that wire nut. My wife and I just went back to the shop to check things and that was the only error. Are you up on VFC drives? I might need a hand hooking up a new milling machine. Well, new is relative. A Gordon 122 master mill, 2 horsepower. These things make a Bridgeport look like a drill press with a fancy table. Again, thank you. Mike Rock Argyle, Wyatt.
To make it official, just click the stars or look for a rating request email. I have limited experience with VFDs/VFCs unfortunately.
Sam, they do have a 10-star rating and that's what you get. You are the best.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.